What is going on, guys? Welcome to part 2 of this interview series with Ross Young. Yesterday's was all about the Galaxy Fold 2. Today, all about the Galaxy Note 20. And we went into rumors and leaks that he's already released himself, and a little bit beyond that, and just the technology that goes behind everything as well. So definitely watch it. And if you want to support Ross Young and everything that he does, his links are in the description down below. So check that out. And if you want to watch part 1 because you missed it, that also is linked in the description down below. Okay, so let's jump over a little bit. Let's go over to the Note 20. Today you did at the time of making this video anyway, you did a big drop on the displays. So let's talk about the Note 20, Note 20 Plus. You did mention, actually before we jump into that, you did mention in another tweet that there's not going to be a Note 20 Ultra, that the Note 20 Ultra is going to be the Galaxy Fold 2, at least in your opinion. So if you can talk about the Note 20 and Note 20 Plus a little bit, and if you want to elaborate on the Note 20 Ultra as well.
Sure. So the Note 20 is going to grow from 6.3 inches to 6.42 inches. The resolution will go up a little bit to 2345 by 1084. The pixel per inch will grow from 401 to 404. It'll continue to use Samsung's flexible OLED, so it'll be light and thin. Like the Galaxy Fold 2, it'll have 120 hertz refresh with LTPO. It will have a 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio. And we think they may be the first to adopt the Qualcomm Sonic Max fingerprint technology, which gives you a 17 times larger sensor, allows you to put 2 fingerprints on the display at the same time, and therefore is much more secure. We think it'll have a centered hole punch, like on the Note 10. We think the Note 20 Plus will grow from 6.8 inches to 6.9 inches, 6.87 actually. The resolution will be wide QHD plus 3096 by 1444. That's a pretty high resolution of 497 ppi. We weren't that sure that LTPO could do 497 because you're actually adding another transistor to every subpixel, so it does make it a little more challenging, but they figured it out. The aspect ratio will be 19.3 by 9. Again, it'll have the LTPO technology and may have the Sonic Max technology. Those are the main items that we dropped today.
Yeah. So Note 20, Note 20 Plus, kind of similar in terms of some of their specs in terms of 120 hertz. Note 20 would have a 1080p plus display. And then the Note 20 Plus 2K plus display with 120 hertz as well. What do you know about in terms of it should have the same cutout in terms of it being in the middle, do you believe, for the camera as the S20
Yes.
Ultra in phones?
Yeah,
okay.
we think they'll continue to stick with the centered hole punch rather than in the corners.
This one, obviously, you'd have to assume at this point, since you mentioned the Galaxy Fold 2 having an upgraded S Pen experience, the Note 20 would probably also follow along those lines as well.
Yes.
Do you know, have you heard any features or anything it might have in terms of last year's version? Have you heard anything about that?
They're going to adopt the Qualcomm Snapdragon for the US, and I guess the Exynos for the rest of the world.
I meant the S Pen.
Oh, yeah, I don't have
feature wise. Okay, no more feature wise. Okay. You also mentioned that, have you heard anything about battery sizes or anything, faster charging? Or I know it's kind of a little bit out of your realm because you're more of the display side, but I guess my main question, instead of keep asking you more and more questions about it, have you heard any other rumors or leaks or anything about that, about the battery, charging, anything about the phone really on your side?
Yeah, we think the battery will be at least 4,000 milliamp hours and as high as 5,000. So somewhere in that range between the two models. The Plus will have a larger battery than the Note 20. We think it's going to come with 16 gigs of RAM as standard, so that's an upgrade. Other than that, don't really have any other information on other features at this point.
Now, when you say 16 gigs of RAM standard, do you mean on the 20 Plus or the 20 or both? If you
heard it on both, actually.
Oh, okay, interesting. That's very
Yeah.
interesting. I wouldn't expect that. Is there any? I know you said you're big into the display chain of different companies and things like that. From what I've spoken to you about, is there any other companies or devices you've heard that are going to be foldable that might kind of surprise us?
Um, we think a lot of companies are looking at Samsung's strategy of a clamshell for the more aggressively priced version of a foldable, and then an infolding version.